What's going on, ladies and gents? Before I start with the video, I want to remind everybody Content Creator Program has restarted. If you forgot to extend or you missed out on the support, click that support button now. Get yourself back in. There's going to be plenty of codes coming your way. Support your boy. I never miss them codes. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the video. Let's get on with it. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another SLA video. And guys, we're going to talk a little bit about why no one is safe in this game anymore. All right, so I know you guys remember the first year anniversary. Most of us know it was a snooze fest. It wasn't exactly the best anniversary out there. Hell, it was actually pretty bad. It was boring. It was, lackluster. But one thing we did all agree on, that Cha was an incredible unit when she came out. Now, there was a lot of rumors behind the fact that she was going to last for quite some time. There were a lot of leaks showing her as being the best unit. And then, of course, we got the release of Lennart, which, don't get me wrong, Cha's still an incredible unit, but Lennart just took the cake in terms of all content. Now, I feel like nobody's safe, and this is where my dilemma stands with summoning for any units out there at the moment. So a lot of people are like, Payne, why aren't you summoning on Lennart? He's out right now. Why don't you summon on Jinna? You clearly have the Essence Stones, right? And if I go to my draw here on my free-to-play account, I clearly have enough to get my units up. Now, for me personally, I have the luxury of having both a free-to-play account and a pay-to-win account. This is the free-to-play account. I can play on the pay-to-win account and realize, hey, you know what? On my pay-to-win account, these units are satisfactory. They're great for meta, but I don't necessarily enjoy using them, right? And then there's, of course, the flip side where on the free-to-play, because I'm able to try those units out, I'm able to be a little bit more picky-choosy about what comes out and a little bit more in tune about what is available and who I should be going for. Now, Lennart is currently, like right now, there's no doubt about it, the best unit in the game. And this is scary because the 1 year anniversary unit that came out, in this case, the Wet Princess Cha, that's right, I called her that, should have lasted as the best unit for a couple more months. And when I talked about this, I really meant it. I said, if they power creep her, and she's not power creep, again, this is the wrong word. She's not power crept, but she is inferior, let's use that word, I guess, to the Germans. And the reasoning behind this, there's two reasons. Number one, Lennart is a much easier unit to use, right? It's a very simplistic unit. 2 skills, 1 ultimate, 2 skills, 1 ultimate, 2 skills, 1 ultimate. You're pretty much rolling every single time, right? With Cha, the AI, number one, plays way worse. By doing, first off, skill 2 rather than skill 1, and then activating her cores, then activating her bar, then doing skill 2, and then using ultimate only when that bar is maxed, right? There's a lot of reasoning behind this. And it's just unfortunate because something that should have lasted, something that comes out for a 1 year anniversary should last a few months. In Cha's case, she lasted not even a whole month, maybe a whole month. We'll give her a whole month until Lennart got fixed, right? And they fixed Lennart very, very quickly. Now, with that being said, this is why I don't feel safe summoning for anybody else until I'm ready to and convinced that this unit's going to last for quite some time. Because I mean, like, it happened to Thomas, it happened to Kanae. Now, Kanae got a little bit more love throughout the entire, time that she was around. Then it happened to Cha. I'm just trying to think who else came out between Kanae. It seems like the DPS are the main problems here. Right, like the breakers are pretty good still. And I guess there are some power creeping breakers. For example, like Essel pretty much completely took over the breaking spot. Who was the breaker for fire before that? Right, I can't even remember. That's how long it's been. Did they even have a fire breaker? Oh, it was Emma. Right, that's what I'm trying to say. So it's like you think about it, and you're like, oh, who was the person before? Oh yeah, that's right. We don't even remember anymore because they don't even matter. Right, it's gotten to that point where it's so hard to keep up with everything. And the units that are coming out now, I will say this game is actually much better than most other gacha games in regards to at least doing the power creep thing. A lot of other gacha games power creep very quickly. In this game, we at least have some OG units that still matter. For example, Cha, right? I keep using Cha as an example. She still does matter. Yes, she's not great. She's not going to be the best unit on your team, but at least at the same time, she isn't overly useless. Like, I'm talking about old RPGs where they completely make units useless. So the reason why I'm not summoning, guys, quite honestly, for the newest characters, especially around Wind, is because I also feel like Wind just has had so much love throughout this entire game. Like the moment Mirai came out, the moment Hansi May came out, it was pretty much game over up to Deimos, right? They were able to dominate WOBLs from Vulcan to Baron. Deimos is the only one they kind of struggle with. And I mean, now they're dominating WOBL with, what's his nuts? Yogerberry, right? So that's 3 WOBLs out of 4 that they've absolutely destroyed. And I feel like Wind is going to finally lose its sales. God, that was corny. I should slap myself for that one. Because at the end of the day, like, you can't just continuously give units. What is this? You cannot continuously give the same element that level of love. Like, there eventually has to be a little bit of a give and take situation where it's like, all right, you know what? These guys have been in this power for quite some time. I completely forgot about this. And it's time to kind of let them, sit back a bit and let another team take over. Now, Water had almost the same level of love. They had Vulcan, not Deimos, and not Baron, but they now have Yogerberry. So those are 2. Light hasn't had any. So I'm only assuming on the next coming, Light and Dark, as a matter of fact. Dark kind of had Baron a little bit, but they were like inferior again to Wind. So you almost feel like they're going to also need to have a little bit of love. And Fire completely dominated Deimos, like absolutely destroyed Deimos. So I feel like Light and Dark is going to have a little bit of more attention towards them. Now, Light is in a fairly decent spot. Mayun just came out and made Light even better. Thomas got an upgrade. Gunhe's still a pretty decent breaker. Cha is, technically replaced by 2 other DPS already. And then there is Min and Akari. Now, quite honestly, I feel like the main unit that team is lacking now is just a more up-to-date breaker. I mean, let's be real. Gunhe's not as good as Goto. Gunhe's not as good as Saren. Gunhe's not as good as Essel. So he definitely has fallen off from that. So I can see the next big Light unit being a breaker. But before we talk about Light, we have to kind of look at Dark and understand how little love Dark has gotten throughout this whole game. And I feel like they're going to be the next big deal. Now, it may start with the collaboration because that's coming out on the 28th of August, where we see like one of the 3 like units that come out, especially the Dark one with the Scythe. She may end up being completely OP and bringing fire, like fire underneath Dark again, making them much better. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for right now. I just don't trust in Wind after this phase. After this patch, I feel like Wind is done for a very long time, and I feel like Wind is going to be treated like every other element that's been treated. It kind of sit on the back burner for a couple months, like they did when Deimos came out, right? I mean, who used Wind? Not really anybody, because we've had a whole month plus POS plus another whole POS, and then Yogerberry came out, and even then it was Water, right? Until Lennart came out, and then now with Jinna. So I think Wind is going to lose a little bit of steam here, guys. And my goal is to either capitalize with either Dark or Light or Fire. Those are the 3 elements I feel like that are going to need the most love. Fire currently is in a much better spot than the rest of them. Light is right beside them, maybe even a bit better now with Thomas being buffed and with me. Just being out. But now with Fire getting the new collab unit coming out on August 28th, they may again jump up right to the forefront, and the same thing may go with Dark. Remember what Fire felt like back in the day when nobody trusted Fire, nobody wanted to pull for Fire? That's what Dark feels like right now. And what they did with Fire when nobody cared is just surprise everybody and bring out just some of the most OP units for that time and made everybody switch to even starting brand new accounts. And that's what I'm afraid is going to happen with the Dark team, that they're going to have that same level of treatment where you might very well see Sung Yelhuan become a Dark unit that comes out and just completely dominates the entire game. So there's my thoughts, guys. I'm curious what you think about this. I'm going to give my review as well on the update very soon. I am obviously not here. I'm going to be in Vegas right now. So if you are watching this, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll, try to make as much content as I can when I'm on vacation. But it is supposed to be a vacation, so I appreciate you guys understanding. Much love. I miss you guys already. Peace out.